Hello, everybody. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Katia. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Pam. Who else is in here? Hi, Tom. Can everybody see me and can everybody hear me? All right. Yeah, we're safe. We did the Watusi a little bit yesterday. Hi, Karen. We got Sweden represented. Awesome. Hi, Catherine. Awesome. I'm going to try this new program. We're working with StreamYard now, so I don't have the headaches that I had with YouTube. Hopefully, you all will enjoy the class today and we won't have problems. Awesome. Hi, Allie. We got beautiful skies today where we're at. We're going to be pulling out tomorrow and traveling back to Florida. It'll take us a while to get there. We moved 558 miles from where the hurricane came inland. And yesterday we did a rock and rolling. I mean, this thing squeaked, it creaked, it shook, and oh my goodness. Hi, Nancy. So, yeah, if you'd have been in here, you'd have been seasick. Me and I stayed in this room because above us is a bunk room, and we're in the center of the rig. So we're sitting on the tires. Ain't nothing moving in here. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, they said that the bands will still keep coming in because it had a long tail on it, Jeremy. But we're west of all of that mess. But yesterday it was not fun. I won't lie to you. It was downright scary. At some points, we had about 70 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts. But there was like 6 of us campers bunched up together. So we was protecting each other. Hey, Mary Jane. Mia's in my lap. She's licking my leg. I'm going to have a wet spot on my britches. She's giving me lovin's. She needs a haircut. There she is. There's baby girl. Say hello to everybody. Say hi. Hi. Good to see you. Yeah, Jeremy, we won't be back in Florida until Monday. We're going to stop at one of the campgrounds we stop at frequently. The owners and us have become close. They lost a lot of pecan trees, and there is mess everywhere. So we're going to help them do some cleaning up this weekend. Hi, Kaylin. Hi, Leah. Yeah, she is, and she just loves on me all the time. I tell you, if her sugars was worth a nickel, I'd be a millionaire. Ain't that right, Pumpkin? Ain't that right? She is my service dog, and she knows I put her little uniform on her, and she knows I'm working. So she's not in uniform today, so it's playtime. All right, you want to go up to the desk for a while? All right, let's go. Go under. Oh, you're going to go in there and sit in Daddy's lap. All right. Yeah, we talked to them yesterday. They didn't have any power. They're north of Valdosta. And hi, LL. What is your name, LL? Hi, Kath. All right, got the UK again. But yeah, we called them last night and to see if they needed anything, water or anything. We was willing to get it for them and bring it to them. And she said that they were without power. They had several pecan trees down, and they were huge pecan trees. Hi, Nikki. And they got limbs everywhere. Now, in the very back, as with most campgrounds, they have people that live there permanently. And, you know, they're permanently attached. And that was where a lot of the elderly people live. And I'm hoping none of them got injured or the campers got destroyed. All right, Laura, we will remember that name. Hey, Marianne. Marianne, you're in Wisconsin too, right? Okay, yeah, I got the picture. Just send it on in and we'll put it in the files. I don't know when I'll get to doing that. Right now, I'm just taking baby steps with the beginners because every week we're putting in beginners. In fact, Pam, you put in how many new people today? 10? Now you're in Arizona. We looked at some property out in Arizona. There's a whole subdivision built for people that live in their RVs, and they can have a casita beside it. So pretty nice lots. Hi, Bev. We got about 5 more minutes before class starts. Then we can get into the fun stuff. Yesterday was 10. Today was 2. So far. But Pam's been working her fingers off to the bone and rolling people, I'll tell you. Hi, Cynthia. Yeah, it is, Tom. It's always good to review the basics. But beginners, honestly, all you need to know is how to do the double stitch. That gets you going in the right direction. You work on your tension with your time, and you just keep moving. It's all the frills and, you know, lacy things that go with it that make your tatting beautiful. And they are techniques, and you learn those as we go along. All right, we got Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Yes, exactly. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also give it a thumbs up, folks. Give me a thumbs up. The more you give me thumbs up on these videos, the higher we go on the YouTube algorithm. Okay. I do have to do some housekeeping. That's what we'll call it. We work strictly on donations. The website, the dues on it's going to be coming due next year, early next year. The camera equipment and stuff like that, I have bought and paid for, but if somebody's camera or computer fails, it has to be replaced. And the donations does that. They pay for the website and the camera equipment, things we need to run the classes. So if you feel it in your heart and you learn something, you know, 50 cents, $1, it all adds up. If you cannot donate, if there's no hard feelings and you're not being forced to donate, just let those commercials run when you watch videos, because those bring in money as well. All right. All right. Joy has a sweater you had a sweater this morning. I heard we was going to have an early winter. I'm hoping we don't. I have to take this thing to Elkhart, Indiana in November. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want it to snow, or it may stay in Elkhart, and I'll go get an apartment. Sherry is a beginner from Rhode Island. Awesome. Glad to have you. Catherine Maddox, where's the like button, and did the thumbs up. It's on there. Pam, direct them, because what I see is totally different than what you all see, because I'm going through the new system that we've got, StreamYard. So I can't tell you where it's at. Pam, you'll have to do it. Hi, Nanetta. Hugs. Nanetta, folks, lives in Italy. She's got the most perfect place to live. Italy is a beautiful country. Beautiful. Katia, Janet, hi. Oh, thank you. Yes, Orlando had rain yesterday, but not much wind and not much hurricane. You all were blessed, let me tell you. Where we're going Friday, they were hitting there in Valdosta, and it was a Cat 2 when it hit them. So they've lost half their pecan farm. I'll be honest with you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. All right. If you want to donate through PayPal, you do it to the online tatting class at gmail.com. Spring there, Nanetta? Can I take a boat and come see you? I'll bring my rig, and I got a place to stay. Kath. Yeah, you have to close the chat if you're on the phone in order to get the big enough window. I knew you'd get a kick out of that, Nanetta. All right, it's 3 o'clock, guys. Let's get started. Oh, hi, Barb. Glad you came. Yeah, I know. Y'all talking fault. Just hush. Hush. I don't want no snow. Hi, Phyllis. Glad you can make it. Phyllis, everybody, is the lady that stepped in for me. She was going to be my helper at Tat Days to teach the class, and Phyllis stepped in so that I could take care of health problems. And now I'm getting all better. Trust me, I'm getting all better. All right, let's get on with it. Today, for the first 30 minutes, beginners, you're going to get a thrill. We're going to teach you the double stitch for shuttle and for needle. Okay? Now, as far as needle tatting, I can only take you so far. We have a ton of videos up on the website for needle tatters. Pam, she runs the emails and the Facebook group for me. Now, she is also our needle tatting teacher. She is going to make videos and post them for various techniques in needle tatting. All right? So you can learn your techniques. Now, I'm going to give you a little hint here for you needle tatters. If you take the technique that we do in shuttle, okay, and play with it, you can manage to work it out in needle. But I am going to give you the best advice I ever got, and it came from Georgia herself. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. If you're a needle tatter, you need to learn shuttle. If you're a shuttle tatter, you need to learn needle. Reason being, there are techniques that are so much easier on needle than shuttle. And there are techniques that are so much easier on shuttle than needle. Now, you have people that will say needle tatting is not tatting. It is tatting. It's a different form of tatting, and it's called needle lace tatting. Okay? And the reason it's called that is because you use this big long needle. I shall show you this big long needle. Can y'all see? Oh, got my hand in the wrong place. Y'all see that thing? She's huge. You'll see it on the other camera once I get moved over. Anyway, hello, Atler. Hi, Janella. She believes everybody should use both technique or both tools because it makes your tatting better and more fun. Hi, Fred. By the way, guns and unicorns, or I don't know how you say that. That's Fred. Okay, I know her as Fred. yes, it is very good to know both techniques, because I'm going to tell you a technique that when you do it on shuttle, it will drive you to insanity, but you do it on needle and it's better and it's neater and it's tighter. And that is Josephine chains and Josephine rings. Okay. They look so much better by needle. Now, I'm for one, if I'm going to work on something that has a technique in it that requires a needle, I will use my shuttle up to a certain point, and I would drop that shuttle and bring my needle in. Okay. You're going to learn how to do that. That I'll teach you how to do, but it's down the road. We have to work step by step to get to that point. All right. So today, for beginners only, I am going to teach you the double stitch on needle, and I'm going to teach you the double stitch on shuttle. Then for you beginners, that's what I want you to practice. We'll talk about tension next week. Right now, I want you to learn how to do the double stitch, because that is the only stitch in tatting. The rest is technique. Okay? So without further ado, let me switch over to the other camera so that we can get started. All right? Now I've got to go in here and do all this fun stuff. And you can see my desktop now. All right, now I'm going to zoom in so you all can see real close what's going on here. Whoops, went the wrong direction. Don't want to make you seasick, folks. Now, you see a lot of goodies on my desktop. Yeah, I don't need to know about that. You needle tatters are first. You get first dibs. I have a size 5 tatting needle. See that? It's got a blunt tip. I can sit here and stick my finger all day long. It is not going to cut me. This is a Handy Hands size 5 tatting needle. Now I'm going to show you something. You see this picot gauge from Handy Hands? You see that 5 right there? If you drop your needle down through that and it passes through and comes out the other side, it is a size 5. You've got a size 3, does the same thing. Handy Hands is true to size. Okay, the eye of your needle is supposed to be the same width as your needle shaft. Okay, now here's the problem. There are other brands. This needle and this picot gauge was made by Handy Hands, so it only sizes Handy Hands. If you buy other brands, there's going to be a difference. It may be a little thicker on the shaft. The eye may be a little more open. But if they say it's a size 5, it's a size 5 in their brand. It's like buying shoes. For those of you that buy tennis shoes or dress shoes, you can buy the same brand of dress shoe as tennis shoe and the size is the same. But if you buy, say, a Nike and an Easy Spirit, the size is 2 different sizes, even though it says, say, a size 7. So brand has a lot to do with sizing, and that is included in the needle tatting world. Okay, so remember that. Just because it doesn't fit all the way through smoothly does not mean that it's not a size 5. Just put your needle in there. If it fits, it's a size 5. If it doesn't, it ain't a size 5. Then you move one way or the other. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? All my needle tatters. Give me a holler if you're confused. Don't hesitate to say I'm confused. I'll stop and I will explain. Now what I've got here is a size 10 thread. Now this is bamboo thread. Now, if you guys want some smooth threads to work with, get you some bamboo thread, because I got news for you. This stuff is sweet. I ain't going to lie to you. It's sweet to use. It's soft as silk, but it's dirty. You can tell it's been moved around a lot. And it has. It's traveled. It's made its rounds. But what you want to do is pull you off enough of this thread, okay, to get a needle threaded. We pulled off the end. We really want the front, right? We'll lay that to the side. Now what you want to do, okay, the rule of thumb. Now, more professed needle tatters learn how to carry their thread, carry the core. They know a lot of little tricks. I'm not one of those people. All right. I ain't gonna lie to you and say I am, because I'm not. I'm gonna show you the basics. All right. To thread our needle, you are going to have a needle threader. Now this is a floss threader. Handy Hands carries needle threaders with a cutter in them. Okay. You can use that. The thread is a size 10 and it goes with a size 5 needle, Kaylin. Okay. So that answer your question? She wanted to know what size thread for this size needle. Thank you, Jeremy. So with that said, you can get the needle threaders from Handy Hands. These are good needle threaders. The little metal one that comes with your Handy Hands needles, trust me, it's going to break the first time you use it. I use floss threaders for needle tatting because it's easier. You got something to grip. So let me show you what you're going to do. You're going to run your floss threader through your eyeball of your needle. Then you're going to take your thread. You're going to run that through that big eyeball on the floss threader. All right. Pull you off some thread and then you pull it down. When you pull it down, it's going to be a chore to get it through that eye. With the floss threader, you have something to grab to pull. That little metal threader that she gives you with your needle, it just won't do it. It will break. Okay. So get you a bag, a little pack of floss threaders. So they're like $4, $3 or $4, and you get a dozen of them. They'll last you a lifetime. I think I've had these 17 years. So what's that tell you? They last forever. All right. Now, what you want to do is leave you a tail, about 12-inch tail. That's all. You don't need much more than that. We're just practicing the double stitch. Now, you see my hand over here? This is my left hand. Now, for you righties, this is the way you would do it. Lefties, it's this way. You got to do it backwards, okay? Because you're left-handed, okay? I am going to videotape a left-handed tatter for you guys. She does both shuttle and needle. And she's already given me permission. I just got to get up with her and we're going to make a video on how to tat left-handed. All right. So we're going to work it out for you lefties. Because once you get the whole, you know, the double stitch down left-handed, the rest of it's a piece of cake, basically. And what I do with my right hand, you would do with your left hand. What I do with my left hand, you'd do with your right hand. Okay. So that give you any help there? All right, so now we've got our needle threaded. We want to leave a little loop in between the needle and this hand. Now this hand, you see how I've got my thread draped across there? That's the way you want it. Because you're going to take this thread, close your hand up on that, take this thread, pull it tight, run your finger like this. Take your needle and go up like that. That is the first half of your double stitch. Second half, lay your hand down, turn it, pull it like that, bend your knuckle, and go up like that. And you have the other half. Well, I just totally missed. Let's do this. Come on, work with me. It's not doing it. It's been a while. I went backwards. Yeah, you can tell I'm not a needle tatter, can't you? When the teacher makes mistakes, it's a good thing. It shows you it's okay. Anyway, we got our double stitch on there. Let me bring it up so you can see. Let me get it in camera shot. See it? That's what it looks like. Now I'm going to tell you how this little double stitch is described. If you look at it, I'm going to turn it around this way. If you look at it, it looks like a pair of pants. There's your waistband, okay? And there's your two legs. All right? Now, that's the easy way to remember it. The true way is it's a lark's head knot. All right. This is the cap of your knot. You will hear me refer to it as the cap. This down here, I call them pant legs. I really don't know what the technical term is, but I call them pant legs because that's what they look like, pant legs. So you got a waistband and a pair of pants. If you get that on your needle, you're doing it right. Your tension will come from the needle itself. Okay, and how tight you put these stitches on. You don't want to put them on so tight that you can't get them off. Okay, so we're going to do 5 more stitches on there. We're going to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now that is first half and second half. You will hear that term. First half of the stitch is our thread this way. Second half of our stitch is this way. So go 1. I'm out of shot for some reason. I don't know why. I may be too close. And this is 2. All right. So now we have 5 double stitches on our needle. See them there? Ain't they pretty? I think they're beautiful. Now, how are we going to get them off? Well, here's what we do. We put our fingers in this little bitty hole right here. We hold them stitches and we pull that needle through. All right. Now we lay that needle down. Now don't let go. You got to keep them in the pinch. If you let go, you've lost everything. You want to find this thread, your tail. That's what that is called. You pull that tail through. Okay. Next thing you want to do is run that needle through that loop to make a ring. Okay. And then we close it up. Close it, close it, close it. And it's going to be a tiny ring, okay? Because I only put 5 double stitches on it. There you go. Now, I know you all have seen these types of rings in the older books. I got to figure this out. Everything's new. It's been a while since I taught. You know, when you get old, your memory goes. My memory went somewhere, I don't know where. But you see, you've got this little gap down here at the bottom. In the older books, they did the rings that way so they could join to the rings. But in today's world, we close that gap. Okay? And then when we close the gap, we have our ring. Well, we got to tie off. Come in underneath, and you want to tie that stitch in. I do it different than Barb Granger. I do it different than Handy Hands. I do it different than everybody. Again, I'm not a needle tatter. But that is your basic ring. Okay? Now, what I want you all to do, needle tatters, practice your double stitches. I want you to put 10 double stitches and make a ring. Leave you a little space, 10 double stitches and make a ring. Learn and just keep practicing until you remember to tie off. And what you're tying off with is like a shoelace trick in shuttle tatting. You will get into that. But it's like tying your shoes. You tie one like this, tie a knot, and then you do your bow. You just do the first half of tying your shoes. And that's how you tie off. All right? And I want you to do as many of these as you possibly can. After you finish, send me a photo of your work. Okay? And Pam will put them where I get them. Okay? And I can see what you've done. And if you have a problem with something and I see where your problem is, I will let you know and I'll talk you through it. Okay? So you'll get a personal email from me pertaining to your homework. So, needle tatters, that's your homework. Practice your double stitches. Has everybody got that? Give me a yes if everybody got that. Anybody? Anybody? Are y'all asleep? Did I bore you all that much? Oh gosh, I'm a horrible teacher. Thanks, Janella. You're the only one awake. I'm just teasing, guys. I do a lot of that. You know, laughter is the best medicine for anything. Arlene, I need to do that. All right, so we got that done for the needle tatters. Now I'm going to lay this needle over here and get it out of my way. And we're going to just fold this little thing back, and I'm going to pull back on this some. Whoops, don't want to go in, we'll pull back. Now, we're getting into the advanced stuff, but y'all don't look at this. This is for the last half, okay? Now, I got me 2 shuttles here, and I got them wound up, a little bit of thread. All right? I'm going to show you how to wind this shuttle. I got a pretty little shuttle put out by Shuttle by Design, and Rita did a wonderful job. I love this shuttle. It is so pretty, but it's got a little grip. Okay, so you don't have flying shuttles. I'm sure some of you have watched my videos, and needless to say, you've seen my shuttles fly off. I had a response, well, I don't have any flying shuttles. Where do you buy them? So, yeah, I love it when people have a sense of humor. I had to walk over to say it. All right, I love it. I love it. All right, here we go. All right, Barb. Yeah, we got what we have to do for homework. Needle tatters is they've got to practice making rings to spare thread space between the rings until they get the stitches down and the tie off. Okay. All right, you ready? Now we're going to wrap our shuttle. Okay. Now this one's got a little pick on the end. If you've got a pick on the end, you want your shuttle thread to come out this side of your shuttle, because your shuttle is going to be doing the slip and slide. That's what it's called, the slip and slide. There's various other ways. We will not get into those. No, you don't need 2 shuttles today, Marianne, just 1. Okay? But you do need 2 colors of thread, a light color and a dark color, or 2 light colors. It's up to you. Just need 2 different colors. All right? So what you want to do is you want to run your thread through the shuttle. Come out this side. See, it's happy. It's laying over here. Pull you off a decent sized tail so you can lay it on top of that shuttle and hold it. Okay? Then you want to walk it around your shuttle to get that thread locked in. Now, some people tie knots in it. Some people use what they call loop helpers. I will teach you all that. Right now, we're just learning to walk our thread on the shuttle. You see, I've got my thread that goes to the ball this way. Here's my ball of thread. I've got my shuttle here. I've got this long tail till I get enough thread on here to hold that in place. And what you do is you literally walk it on your shuttle. Okay? Now, there's some people that can't stand the click of a shuttle. I'm sorry, shuttles come with clicks. But they do have a way of getting around it. And the way they do it, you take a chance of springing your blades. Now, what is a blade? Let's learn that. The blades are the top and the bottom portion of your shuttle. Okay? The middle part is called the post. Now, if you have a bobbin shuttle, this is where the bobbin would fit. Okay? And you need to know the parts of your shuttle, because I got news for you. Sometimes those terms are used in class. So remember, the 2 outer parts are the blades. The post in the middle is exactly that, a post or a bobbin. All right? And there's many different types of bobbin shuttles, trust me. Now, when you're walking your thread on your shuttle, you just do this. And the reason you want to walk it on there, and Handy Hands has issues with twist. Okay. Thank you so much, Fred. I appreciate that. If you get a lot of twist in your thread, you're going to hate yourself. And you're going to hate tatting. And we don't want you to hate tatting. No, no, no. We want you to love tatting. So the way you avoid getting the twist is you walk your shuttle on. And it keeps that thread twist down to a minimum. I just cut that tail because I've covered the hole in my shuttle. So it's in there. It's not going nowhere. And you walk on till you fill the shuttle, or you get enough thread on there that you're satisfied. When you come around and your tail is hanging out the side over here, then you got it on right. This should always be in the up position because you're going to use it to pull your picots. Okay, you're going to use it various different ways. Trust me, as time goes on, you're going to find unique ways to use this in your tatting. And it saves you 15 steps. All right, so walk your thread on and you're just spinning that shuttle. You want to hold your thread between your two fingers, which is called the pinch. All right. The reason you want to hold it there is you're pulling that twist behind you as you're walking your shuttle on. Now, the last thing you want to do before you cut your thread, let that shuttle hang, and if there's any leftover twist, you see it, it's coming out. Has everybody got that on how to wind your shuttle? Very easy, isn't it? All right, somebody give me a thumbs up. All right, we got it. So, that said, now let's learn the vicious double stitch. I mean, it's awful in the shuttle, I'm telling you. Not really, it's a lot more fun. Don't get me wrong, needle tatters, I love you to death. I do. But shuttle tatting has a place in my heart. I can't help it. Now, we're going to tie just a knot between the two threads here. All right? Because we're going to learn how to tat. What I have is, I'm going to move this out of the way for right now. We have a light blue and a dark blue. The reason you want the two different colors, okay, if the pick is curved towards you, which side, the tail will always come out. If you're right-handed, it will come out to the left. If you're left-handed, it will come out to the right. Because what you're doing is you're wrapping that tail around your hand when you're tatting, and believe it or not, it adds twist to your thread. So you really want that tail to be in position to avoid that. Does that make sense, Allie? Time to hydrate, folks. So anyway, Allie asked which direction, if the pick is curved towards her, which side should the tail be on? And that's what that answer is. It needs to go, if you're a left-handed tatter, it needs to come off to the right side. If you're a right-handed tatter, it needs to come off to the left side. Because your tatting, if you're a right-handed tatter, your tatting flows to the right. If you're a left-handed tatter, it flows to the left. If you get a pattern, Nina Livin, she is a left-handed tatter. All her patterns are written for left-handed people. She does banal lace, something like that. I don't know how to say it. Yes, my tongue gets caught between my teeth, and it just has a problem with that. So, but there are left-handed tatters out there that design patterns, and when they write them, they don't give it a thought. And then a righty picks it up, and they're like, this pattern doesn't work. Well, odds are it is a left-handed pattern. So you have to reverse the instructions. Okay. Yes, we'll get into that later on. All right. We take things step by step. Remember, we are taking baby steps so that you get it and get it right. Okay. That's all I want, is to get it and get it right. Because if you're doing it wrong, You've been doing it wrong. It's hard to change. And everything I teach you came straight from the master herself, Georgia. All right. Winding a bobbin, it depends on the bobbin you've got. Let me get a bobbin up here. I got bobbin shuttles coming out the ears here. All right, we got clover bobbin shuttles here. And let's see. Of course, wouldn't you know? Look for a bobbin shuttle. Can't find one. Let's see. I know I've got this one. Yeah. Now, you've got the boy metal shuttles. Boy has, in fact, I got one up here. Let me get that. Where are my boys? There's a boy. Okay. You got a boy shuttle right here. Okay. You can still buy these. This is an antique one that my great aunt used. You can tell she loved this shuttle to pieces. All right. On the boy, you've got your pick. Back here, you got this little tail piece. You slide that tail piece in there and you wind your shuttle. Okay. The hook, Marianne, is up to you. Okay. She's asking which way the hook should face. I've seen tatters use it this way, and I've seen tatters use it pointed the other direction. It is depending on if you do the slip and slide method, reverse riego method. That's what I say. It depends on the tatter, which way the hook faces. And what you've got to do is play with it. If you don't like that it's catching your thread, turn the shuttle backwards. It's not going to catch the thread. Okay. If you don't have it right and you've wound your whole entire shuttle, I wouldn't unwind it just to fix it. I would just turn it around backwards when I was doing the slip and slide. That's just my fix. To each his own. That's the nice thing about tatting. It's your own flavor and style. You make tatting work the way you want it to work. Now, we have a clover bobbin shuttle, and they come with this little thing. If you get one of Handy Hands magnetic bobbin shuttles, I think they're called Dreamlights. Yeah, same thing. She's got a little thingy you stick in there and you just wind it. Okay. Now, this kind of shuttle with this kind of bobbin on it, you can stick that on a bobbin winder, or you can stick it on your sewing machine and wind it. My sewing machine stays in the case. I'm not going to pull my sewing machine out every 5 minutes to thread a bobbin. No. These you can thread on your sewing machine too. They come with adapters. Again, I'm not pulling my sewing machine out of a case to wind a bobbin. But these you can wind them on your sewing machine. If you don't choose to use your sewing machine, you just wind them. Okay, you can't really roll them on. But Cynthia Stevenson, she's another lady that started with the classes back when Georgia was running them. And due to the fact we went electronic, she's not up to snuff with this kind of stuff. So she bowed out gracefully. And, she gave service to Georgia for many years. Wonderful, wonderful lady. And she said she puts hers on a mechanical pencil and rolls it across the desk and it fills it up. Okay. So it's to each his own. Yeah, sidewinder for bobbins work. Right. Not everybody likes bobbin shuttles. These are the only bobbin shuttles I like, are these. I have these. I buy this is one of the Houtz Brothers, Shuttle Brothers shuttle. And you got to stick your finger in there and you got to do this and you got to do that. I never can get it to work right. So I just buy them because they're pretty. So yes, I have a shuttle addiction. Most hatters do. I'm just saying. You have the boy, well, then you would stick your bobbin on the end, okay? Wind it up and then stick it in your shuttle, and you're set to go. So there you go. That's how you'd wind your bobbins. All right, so let's get on with learning the double stitch, okay? Now, don't worry about tension right now. We're not going to worry about our tension. That's next week's class. Today, we are going to work on the double stitch, and then we're going to get into that pattern. Now, a lot of you asked about the pattern. It is enclosed in the email that I sent out today, and you all can get it and play with it. It is a beginner pattern, okay? Hi, Fran. The thing of it is, okay, now let's look at this. It is a beginner pattern, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to succeed at that pattern. And it's one that Georgia designed, okay? It's one of Georgia's patterns. And I got news for you. It tickled her to death when we started doing this project. This project is going to be the backdrop for this semester of the classes. So, yeah, we worked on it with Natalie Rogers. And I'll get into that with you guys in a little bit. Okay, we'll get there later. All right, so we've got 2 shuttles. Normally, this would be a ball. I just want to get the thread off the shuttle. All right. Then we have our working shuttle. Now, this one's the ball. It would be a ball of thread like this, or a ball of thread like this. All right. So this would be normally a ball of thread. All right. Because we're only doing 1 shuttle. Now, what we want to do with that ball of thread is we're going to make chains. All right. And when we make chains, what we do is we take our ball of thread, we wrap it around our hand. Watch what I'm doing. Now, I do this for tension. Okay. You don't have to, but it does help. I wrap it around that finger, come in behind that finger, and I've got my tension built in. This here is called the pinch. You will always hold your threads in the pinch. Do not let go of that pinch, because when you do, you've lost your tatting. You've lost your tension. You don't want to lose either one of those. So keep it in the pinch and hold it. You don't have to squeeze it. We're not going in for marathon squeezes here. Just hold it in the pinch. The more relaxed your hands are, the less they will hurt. And right now, you're building muscle memory. I don't know about y'all, but if you haven't worked out in a while and then you decide to work out, you know that pain you get when you start working out, you're going to have that in your hands until the muscle memory is built. So my advice is don't worry about your tension. Okay? Worry about the double stitch. The tension will come. All right. So let's move down just a little bit because I am using size 20 thread. I want you to see this stitch. I'm going to show you how to wrap your hand. Let me get this down here. You take this shuttle here and you're going to take it across the back of your hand like this. Roll your hand. You will do that with every stitch. So pick up your shuttle and practice with me. I want you to do it 5 times so you get this down. 1, let it go. 2, let it go. 3, let it go. 4. And all you're doing is actually rolling your hand. Okay? Now, the pinch and the wrap. And we're just going to do chains. We're not doing rings yet. Wrap our hand. It goes over the middle finger, around the ring finger, and around the pinky finger. All right? I'm going to choke up on the shuttle so you can get both hands in this shot because it's important that you see this. Now, we roll that stitch on our fingers. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going under that darker blue. I just went over that darker blue. And I'm going to pull it through that loop. You pull this thread tight and let go of that one. And you get the flip. Then you pull your finger back up and slide your stitch down. The second half, you go over, under, through the loop. Again, pull that tight to flip your stitch. Pull your stitch down. You will hear that called the flip 10,001 times in class, if not more. Now we're going to put in another under, over, pull this tight and let that drop. Do you see it flip? Pull it down. Go in the second half, go over, under, through the loop, release our tension, pull it tight, come down. Everybody got that? Do I need to demonstrate more? It's taking a little longer on this than I expected because I wanted to get it, you know, I got to get this into the new people. I do have videos up demonstrating this. They're on the channel. You just have to go hunting for them. Pam is going to put together a list for all the new tatters of videos on how to make the double stitch. Okay? On the various things that we learn in class. She's going to make a playlist and she will send them to you if you need help. She will send it to you through email what you need. Okay? All right, Catherine got it. Do we understand it? Do you understand the concept? You have to get that flip or you ain't making stitches. Right now we got 2 stitches on here, I think. Yeah, 2 stitches. 2 stitches. And they look just like, let me get it to where. Camera, come on, focus. There it goes. They look just like the stitches on the needle. See, we've got our cap there and our 2 pant legs. Exactly, Arlene. Exactly. Because if you don't have the foundation, your house is going to fall apart. And that's the same in tatting. You have to have a good foundation. So if everybody has got that, I'm going to move on to the next part of this class. This one right here. We're going to go back out. Oops, too far. There we go. Let it adjust. I got some lighting problems in here. I got some lights that's dying on me. I am so glad, Laura, that that helps you. But it does. It keeps, you see, it feeds. I can feed thread, okay? And I can remove thread just by moving my fingers. You see that? Watch. I can pull in my tension. I can also release my tension. I got hung up on the second shuttle. There we go. See? And it loses the tension or it tightens the tension. And it's so much easier. Okay? Because your tension is started here. This is your tension. You can stand there and just jump up and down. You know, if this was a trampoline, you know, a little kid jumping up and down, put him up there. All right, Kaylin, thank you for coming. I'll see you next week. The replay for the rest of the class will be up today with the chat. Should be. If not, chat will come up tomorrow. All right, so everybody's got that. Let's move on to the project. All right, we're not going to do any tatting today. We'll pick the tatting up, but I want to explain her instructions. For those of you that don't know, before I got sick, we did Georgia's centerpiece, and the pattern is, let me find it here. I got it. I know I got it. Come on. Yeah, it's in here. Where are you at? That's round 4. That's that. The pattern centerpiece, I don't have it in this. What do you know? Well, it's on the, I sent it out with the email. This center piece right here, the centerpiece, it's small. And I just attached them around, okay, as we went in the corners here, okay. So what we did is we played cards. And the cards that we played, I believe they're in here, called Tat Me an Adventure or Tatting Adventure or something. I can't think what they are right now. My brain is dead. But I have them somewhere. I can't find them right now. I'm usually not this disorganized, but we're only partially unpacked. But I will show you the cards. And she made a deck of cards to help future designers when they get, you know, like writer's block. We get tatting blocks, I guess. And she put together the 4th round on this dolly. The first round and the second round is just the motif that Georgia designed. Well, everybody was having problems reading her instructions. Yes, Kath, it takes time. Hon, I drove my husband with it nuts. You know, he was trying to sleep and I was learning to flip. I ain't gonna say no more. But everybody was having problems with the pattern because they didn't know what size picots to use, what joins to use. And I worked on this, okay? And this is what I did. On these double picots, I did a 1/2 inch on the center picot with the outer picot being a full inch, okay? So when you're making it, you would make the inch picot and then pull in your second picot over, okay, when you tie it off. So there's that answer. The next answer here, this join to here, to keep it from looking wonky, I used a 1/2 inch, and the gauge that I used is Handy Hands because her picots are so different throughout the pattern. Okay, so use the Handy Hands picot gauge if you're going to use what I came up with. And I worked with it and I played with it, and it does work. All right. Now, these smaller decorative picots she's got, those are the 1/8 inch. That's the teeny tiny baby ones down here. The joining picots are even smaller. Okay. You don't want it to be floppy. Now, on these picots here, from the clover into the ring, those are a 1/4 inch. Okay, right here. All right, the drawing makes them look huge, but they're really not. All right, her join here, she has done a swirl join to join these 2 picots here. So she grabbed both of them and pulled through both of them to create this join. All right, this long picot going from here to here is a 1/2 inch. This one right here, this mark right here. Okay. The cards, they are, Pam, have you got that link? Thank you. There you go, Janet. And it's a deck of cards. I mean, a hefty deck of cards. If you watch the video, you'll see Tat Your Own Adventure poker cards. That's what it is. I told you, and my brain is dead. Okay, thank you, Pam. So what I did is I went through my pattern, and everywhere that it joined to this part, those are swirl joins. Okay. And once you do the swirl joins, it pulls this in line. All right. So your picot that you're going to be using, picot sizes, is 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch. On the double picots, you use a 1 inch picot, and you all know we did the double picots in class. So if you watched the last video, for all you new students, if you watched the last video on class when we was working on this, you will see how we did the double picots. All right. Now, you can join to these picots, but you have to be really, really careful. So we're not going to step out any further. Cynthia, that also is up in a video. It's when you join several picots together to get a tight center. Okay. It tightens that center up to make it look like one solid ring. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Fred. Fred said that it's well worth the money and you get them quite quickly. And they're a lot of fun. They're really a lot of fun. Pam, link to the video of the last class that we worked on this. It was the very last class, Jackie, right before I got sick. By the way, folks, I'm all better now. We've got the medicine squared away and it's working. So, but yeah, this was a toughie. This was a toughie. So any beginners that want to do it, this center motif, okay, it's called the Round Robin Project on the website. This here is so easy, but it's going to give you some training on rings and chains, okay? You're welcome, Janet. You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Marianne. So, does that answer y'all's question on the last deal? Because I know that there was a lot coming in, and I was trying to focus on it, but what it was is my blood pressure got really out of hand. I mean, I was at stroke levels, and the medicine I've been taking for years quit working. So they had to make some changes. And needless to say, that took a while to get straightened out. Could I explain the double picot join to previous round? Okay, if you're going to join on this double picot, the minute you join out here, you're pulling that center picot flat. So if you're going to join to the double picot, you either have to put a bead in this center picot to hold it in place, which can be done, or be very careful about joining to this outer one. It is the upside down clover. Yes. And what you're going to do is you reverse your work. Okay, on that upside down clover, you're going to reverse your work to work it in. This double picot here, Phyllis, it's a pain. It really is to keep it there, but you're going to do a swirl join at that point. You see, because you've got 2 picots from George's pattern coming in to this. So that picot is going to have to be a swirl join. See, that there, I would skip the double picot for this only because it can get messy. You will get upset, you will get frustrated, you will get aggravated, and you will pull your hair out. And Phyllis, I know you like your hair, so don't pull your hair out. You can change that to just a regular picot. If you do, use the longer picot, the 1/2 inch. But you can put a bead in this bottom part, you know, and use that. But is it the right size? That's the question. She did not give the size on anything. She gave a, here it is. And she wanted you to basically play with it. Okay. And use your imagination. That's what this was about. Because I talked to her about it, and she says, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. I want them to try it their way. And that's what she said. One of her notes somewhere, and I remember reading it, it said, if you don't want to do the double picot, you don't have to. Okay? Yeah, I know there was a lot of naughty words. A lot of naughty words. I had a few myself. I did. Because I got aggravated. And I'm like, no, this doesn't work. And then it's like, no, you got to go to your tatting toolbox. You've got to think this through. And I did. And that's how I came up. You can see where I was hen scratching. I bet I printed this thing 50 times. Just to figure out what I needed to do. But everywhere she joined her work to George's, it's a swirl join. That's the only thing that works. Because when you try to join both of these picots, you end up twisting those picots. And we don't want twisted picots. Now, I have one more treat for y'all before we close out class. If there's no more questions, let me switch over to the other camera now. All right. Everybody was asking me last week what I use for a tatting bag. Well, now that I travel, my tatting bag doesn't hold everything that I'd like, the one that I make. So I was looking for something because when I'm traveling, that does keep my nerves down when them crazy idiots that don't know how to drive get on the road. You know, the ones that cut out in front of you and you're being pushed down the road with about 20,000 pounds of weight and they decide to stop. Yeah, those idiots. We got a whole video we're going to show y'all on his channel. We have a video channel for the rig and stuff. Y'all can find out what kind of rig I got and all that good stuff. Anyway, it's called Journeys Unlimited. Journey something. I don't remember. Dennis, what's the name of your YouTube channel? Pam knows. Pam knows. Journeys Unlimited something. Anyway, I bought this. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's a 2-tier. Okay. This is a sewing bag, folks. This is what you're supposed to buy for your sewing machine. Well, Mama here got to looking at this little fancy snazzy little deal, and guess what? Look at this. You have a zipper pocket here. I got a bunch of shuttles that are loaded. This is some work I'm working on. You've got place for your pins. You can put your tubes of needles in here if you're a needle tatter. Then you flip this over. And look at what you got. You got all these little pockets. And they've got elastic in the pockets. You can put little doodads and stuff. And then, look, we even got more here. And another zippered pocket. Journey's Unwritten. Thank you, Pam. See, I told you she's my right arm. She's the one that keeps me going, I'm telling you. Well, that's the top row. Okay, now let's go to the bottom part of this. This is the part I like. All right. Check this out. You can adjust all of these little pockets to fit what you're going to put in there. Then you have these pockets here. I don't have anything in them yet. They're empty. They're all empty. Then you've got another zipper pouch here. All right. All down in here. Now, it all zips up. Nothing falls out. My bag, if it bounces out of my lap, I've lost hooks, picot gauges, thread, shuttles. You'd be surprised. This holds it all and then some because it also grows with what you put in there. Okay, it's a cotton fiber. Okay, it's a cotton gives. I got this at Amazon. Well, now they've come up with a matching bag that you can carry your Elizabeth threads in. Okay. Now, I will put a link to this under the video if you all are interested. I do not have an Amazon shop. Okay. I just buy nifty little things, and everybody wants to know, does it work? And I give my honest opinion. Okay, Barb. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Is it cat proof? Yes, it is. It's dog proof too. Although Mia really likes to stick her nose in here and investigate things. So let's see what I'm working on. You know, I'm just saying. But yeah, a friend of mine, Lori Everson, she's also a favorite tatter of ours. She found the matching bag to carry Elizabeth thread. That bag will probably hold 20 balls of Elizabeth size 20 thread. So I can take my thread with me and it won't get tore up. But this goes with me everywhere. My tablet and this sit on the console beside me, and I can work right out of here. I put my ball of thread, whatever I'm working on. If it's 2 balls, I separate them and I can pull to my heart's content from those threads and then not get tangled. So it wasn't that expensive. Okay. But if you see something that you want to try, you know, get it and try it. But if I get something and I think it will work for the students, yeah, I'm going to share it with you. And then it's up to you if you're willing to pay the cost. But remember, we do have drawings, ladies, gents. We do have drawings. Sometimes we get gift cards. Sometimes we get merchandise, shuttles, needles, that kind of thing. So you never know what you're going to get in a drawing. All right. But the drawings are usually for a competition. All right. So with that, think about some of the things you want to know about tatting, some of the things you want to learn about tatting. Send it in to us because I want to teach you what you want to learn. I don't want it to be, well, this is our schedule and we're going to learn this today and that's all we're going to learn. No, I want you to learn everything I know, everything everybody else knows. Okay? So, with that said, do we have any questions today? Any questions at all on anything? Does everybody understand this pattern that's been working on it? I will get this completed and up on the website. Okay. It's just all this moving and running from a hurricane. Yeah, that made it impossible. It's a flexible syllabus then. Okay, Arlene, I'm totally confused. Arlene, you do remember I'm blonde underneath all this gray, right? Yes. All right. Any questions? This does come in several different colors. So if purple's not your thing, you can get another one. Okay. Y'all are just way above my brain. My brain cells are not here today. I went through a hurricane. I'm suffering shaken baby syndrome. Okay. Just saying. Seasickness. All right, Laura. All right. So if that's all there is from you guys, I'm going to call it a class. And we're going to have class again next Tuesday. We'll do some beginner stuff before the class. Okay. We'll work on beginner stuff. And then we're going to get into this round. So if you're still confused after me explaining these instructions to you, we will work on it together. But I have a pattern that we're going to be getting into. It's massive. But once we're done, we're going to make a hat out of it. I just blew y'all's minds. All right. So with that, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Okay. It's a holiday weekend. Enjoy your picnics. Enjoy Labor Day. And until next time, may all your threads make beautiful lace. Happy tatting, everyone. Bye-bye.